Welcome to my first video for Giddy Up Gals. I know you haven't been getting your emails all week. I understand because I haven't sent them. I have to confess. Well, maybe not confession is the word, but I haven't sent them because I've had to process something that's been going on with me. Most of you know that in the past 4 years, I've dealt a lot with back problems. Back issues, chronic back pain, chronic arthritis pain, knee issues, uh, hand issues where both my hands were completely numb. So August 15th of this year will be 4 years total that I've either had to take pain medication, been in a doctor's office, or battled with a certain insurance company in order to get a trial stimulator. Well, most of you also know I've had, 3 knee surgeries, 3 knee replacements. One knee extraction was not fun. My father passed away. I've had a great niece and a great nephew born. Those were blessings. And my son got married. Another blessing. And finally, this year, I was approved for the stimulator. Woo woo! Give him some praise. Give him some praise. Okay. Approved for the stimulator. Had the trial. Worked wonderfully, wonderfully, wonderfully. Praise God again. Had it. Got to walk around the mall. Made my bed for the first time in forever by myself. Yay! So praise God for all of that. And through all of that, Giddy Up Gals started. I was able to come closer to God in so many ways, so many ways. And He's really blessed my family because in that time, I also had to leave my job that I dearly loved and have done for the past almost 20 years. But it all came down to being able to spend more time with God. And it was His way of bringing me back to Him. And praise God, it worked. And praise God, I finally, after 40 plus years, listened to what He wanted for my life. Giddy Up Gals is the first step. I've seen it grow. Thanks to all of you. The blessings I have received from this ministry are just beyond what words can tell you and what my heart can show you. It's just an everyday thing that brings me even closer to Him each day. So I know in one of my giddy ups I had written about Paul and the thorn that he had in his flesh, and that his testimony was that the thorn in his life was equivalent to Satan. And Satan followed him around all the time because the thorn was never gone from his flesh. And it was a Christian type of suffering. And we all know that Paul went through many different types of sufferings, through illnesses, through persecution, through being jailed, you name it, and he went through it for Christ. Well, I kind of compared what I was going to with the thorn in my flesh because even though it was there and I was in pain and had to be on pain meds, I was still able to rely on God. And I still made sure that I continued to give Him His praise, continue to try to work for Him and do in my life what He saw fit in the direction He wanted me to go. So today I wanted to read you some more out from Paul, out of 2 Corinthians 12, where Paul's vision and his thorn. 12:7 says, "To keep me from becoming conceited because of these surpassingly great revelations, there was given me a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan to torment me. 3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me. But He said to me, 'My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will not boast more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest in me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties and sufferings, for when I am weak, then I am strong.'" That's kind of been my mantra, I guess, as you would say, because I know God's made me a stronger person through all of this. But what I've come to tell you today, and the reason why I haven't been able to kind of put my thoughts into words, is this. I've been healed. Woo woo. I've been healed. I've been healed. I've been healed. Did you hear that? I have been healed. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Praise God, praise God, praise God. Everybody, come on. Hands up, hands up. Get your blessings, get your blessings. I have been healed. Last Friday night, I was at her 2 Friday nights ago, I guess. I was at a Christian concert and I was healed right then and there. No pain in my back, no pain in my leg. It was gone. And then I was going to still have my stimulator. I was still thinking about it, like, God, maybe I still need to have this. And I was at a revival, and someone told me something about my heart that I had told no one else. I had been diagnosed with a heart murmur, and they thought that's where the fluid was coming from. And she said that that was gone, and that it was no longer there. And I've not had the fluid. I've not had the heart murmur. And I know God has completely healed me from head to toe. When I had my surgeries on my hands and on my arms for the numbness, I still had the numbness even after I had the surgery. And I was prayed for by a dear friend, and the numbness went away. So I was prayed for again for my back, and the pain has went away. I have walked the mall. I walked a mile with my husband the other night. I have wore high heels for the first time, even though they were wedges. I still wore them. Woo woo! First time in years, past the pain part. But God has healed me, and I know in my heart that He has that same healing for anyone that's out there that's struggling, whether it be with pain, whether it be with addiction, whether it be suffering, persecution, whatever it is. We have the power in ourselves, the power God has given us, to pray for each other in the name of healing, to pray for each other in the name of Him. He's promised us all these things. God's healing is His children's manna. It's our bread. It's what we live by. And I am so, so happy to be able to share this with you today. And I know you probably think I'm crazy and I went off the deep end, but there was something in that moment when the lady called me from the operating place and said, "Why did you cancel your surgery?" And I said, "Because God healed me." She was quiet. She was dead silent. She had nothing to say. It just hit her like a ton of bricks. And we talked for a few minutes, and I said, no pain meds, a little bit of withdrawal,